Yes, people. Today we're outside the Nigerian embassy, and this is Protest TV. Yes, people. Today we're at the Nigerian embassy. This is Protest TV, and today we're with
Sean David Onomosi, or you can call me Still Dapper.
Yes, Mr. Dapper. So the reason why you're here?
Well, we're here to send two messages. Number one, we need to get media out there. We need that coverage that lets the world know that the police are killing the youths in Nigeria. And that could be you and I, even when we go on holiday as well, right? These guys are crazy. We need to get that message out. And then the second thing is we need to stand in solidarity with those people at home to let them know that they're not alone, that we're thinking about them.
So this situation in Nigeria, SARS, what's it about?
It's about police brutality on young people, male and female. But it's about the work of the police and how bad it has come in terms of inhuman treatment, infringement of human rights, killing, extorting from youths, and abuse of power.
But the reason I'm here today, because I've come back 2 weeks ago, this embassy here is where the whole corruption starts from. And the problem we're having is not just these people, it's not just SARS, it's to do with the politicians coming to England with the country's money to buy houses in Bishop Avenue, Leicester Square, all the expensive places in England.
Actually, I am very happy for our turn up today as we all came out to protest against the police brutality, and I think our aim has been achieved by saying that SARS has been banned, they've been disbanded. So actually what I would have loved to say is that
we're here today with
Idris Ajia.
Yes, Idris. All right. So I do understand the situation that's going on in Nigeria. You know, the whole SARS and just the general corruption that's going on between politicians and not being able to do what they need to do in the correct manner. Obviously, I do understand the riffraff, the wahala that these guys are doing. Have you got anything to say?
Yeah. So one thing we must understand is that while we're here to protest the end of SARS, SARS is not the root cause of our problems. This is a systemic problem, and even though that we are here to demand an end to SARS first, our demands go far deeper than this. First of all, we have to reform the whole country. We all know that the country is not broken. It's doing exactly what it was created to do by the colonial masters. And what we're here to say now, or at least what I'm here to say now, is that we have to end the whole system of extraction in Africa. Our resources belong to us, and we have to find new ways to reorganize ourselves. But first, we care for our brothers and sisters, our non-binary people, comrades everywhere in Africa, and that's why we're here to protest with them to end their oppression.
So would you say it's a situation where charity starts at home? There must be...
Our mumu don't do.
Thank you. I do appreciate, and I've read on the fact that people are even getting stopped for, having dreadlocks, having, fancy cars or, fancy phones. So it's like, are you saying to the people that you can't have this because you live in Nigeria?
Yeah, so because it's an anti-robbery squad and we do not really have armed robbery anymore, we all carry like credit cards around. It's a cashless era. They really do not have a lot of things to do. So now they divert their attention to people that seem like they are doing some form of online stealing, like online fraud, what they call the Yahoo business and things like that. So the basic things you have to have on you are like an iPhone or expensive gadgets or a good looking shoe or driving a Mercedes Benz and you're like under 30 years or between 30 and 40, and then it becomes a big problem. You're a prime suspect. If you resist arrest, then you are very lucky if you don't get shot at or brutalized.
with you, right? Since we handed over to the British 1960, right? All the leaders we had are assholes, pardon my language, right? But what I'm trying to say, Buhari is not a problem. My personal beef is to do with the United Kingdom, because they know where these people are putting the money in the banks of this country, and they know how they're spending it. That's why you'll see if there's an election happening in Africa, the UK will say we're going to ban them not to come into the UK. What's your business with Nigeria? Because you know where the money is. They're using our money to develop this country, and nothing gets said. We getting killed and slaughtered, nothing gets said. Everyone keeps quiet. So whatever Buhari is saying, right, I've got nothing against him, but everything needs to change.
The Nigerian police have been paid to protect the citizens of Nigeria. What has been happening is that they are the ones stealing from the citizens and beating and killing them, and that cannot happen. We pay our respect to all those who have died over the years. We pay our respect especially to the young man who was killed in Oyo State yesterday, Jiwo Isiak, and the many people who have died. May their souls rest in peace. Like the Nigerian anthem says that the labor of our heroes will not go in vain. We pray that their labor will not go in vain, and that the Nigerian government will finally see that they are there to serve the people, not the people to serve them.
I'm very sorry to say, because it's also my country. I believe the mentality of the police or the SARS or whatever in Nigeria, that's their mentality that, oh, whoever has dread, whoever has tattoo, whoever do this is a Yahoo boy or a criminal. Or
So what is a Yahoo boy? So reason why you're here, really?
Well, I'm Nigerian, and I'm as much Nigerian as anybody in Nigeria, and I firmly believe that while we have the opportunity to protest, we should, because if you don't fight for your morals, then what are you here for?
Yes.
Play and get along with each other. You gotta listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street.
So would you say it's a situation where there must be reform? The president must go back to the drawing board and start addressing situations?
I think it's beyond reform. It's a case where it's not just one bad apple. There are a lot of bad apples here. So when there are a lot of bad apples, you don't reform that, right? You totally scrap it, you end it. And that's why we're saying end SARS now. So it's not about reforming them. You need to end them. Just cut off that unit, and then, you know, what replaces it is the question, right? But then, yeah, you have to work around that. But first, end SARS now.
But saying that, if it's a situation where you end SARS now, would you not say that the police force in general will start using SARS-like techniques? At the end of the day, you can get rid of the movement, but it's the mindset that needs to change.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although I have read up on the president saying there has been reform, would you say it's enough?
Oh, it's irreformable, because if you read deeply into this matter, the people grafted into the Anti-Robbery Squad, the SARS, are the most belligerent, truculent, violent policemen in Nigeria. So you can't begin to reform these people. The most important thing is to come to terms with the fact that this unit was formed in 1992, almost 30 years ago, for a reason. And that reason is no longer so important. If you want to police online fraud or credit card hackers or things like that, let us use the special weapons unit, which we have already, and let us forget about patrolling of these units when they really do not have anything to do.
This is it.
Yes.
Now, wouldn't it be crude to say that although SARS might end, the police force, the riffraff will still happen within the police force?
Well, the same people in SARS have been redeployed to another department, but Rome wasn't built in a day. We have to go step by step. The first thing is for them to disband that rogue unit of the police, and they have done that. Now we have to ensure that the president has said that they want to reform the entire police, the police force. We'll wait, see how things go over the next days, how they're actually planning to do that. If there is any continuous brutalizing of citizens, obviously we're going to come back on the streets and ensure that they stop that.
Of course.
Yeah.
So because I do remember some years back, same situation with Fela Kuti.
Yeah.
They raided his family house, his estate, and then eventually they killed his mum.
Yeah.
So would you say, amongst the years, would you say over time it's starting to get better? I mean, like you said, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Police are still brutalizing people every day. Things aren't getting, for many years they've been doing that. Things aren't getting better. Our prayer is that from now, the citizens have really found their voice. It's not just one person. When Fela he was probably the main person who was doing it and maybe some other people who were joining. But now, look at millions of people around the world have been joining this protest. So it's one step at a time. We hope that from now on, the brutalizing of citizens will stop.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So this whole SARS situation, what is it?
She's not Nigerian.
I've got Nigerian people, don't do that. I've got Nigerian people.
Everybody's just hustling to source for living. So you living, you sourcing for living does not mean you're a Yahoo boy. Like whenever they see people driving a Benz or people using maybe an iPhone or anything, does that mean you're a Yahoo boy? You source for your living.
Politicians. It must stem from the politicians, because at the end of the day, these are the institutions that fund these organizations. So would you say it's inevitable that the politicians must react?
That's a great question. And the truth is, if you look at the Nigerian politicians, a lot of them have been quiet in the last couple of days that we started this protest, because they're not taking us seriously. They're like, oh, these young people, they're going to get tired. So obviously there's an angle there. I can't say for sure, who's involved. I don't know that much. But my point is, this kind of stuff goes all the way up. This is systemic. That's a problem there.
And saying that, how you said, oh, it's because it's young people. Do you think like it's that African mindset that, oh, because you're young, you haven't got the wisdom, you don't know what you're talking about? Would you say it's something that's kind of instilled and incorporated in why the politicians have kept quiet?
That's a good point. Again, I could say yes to that, and there's an element of that why we're not being taken seriously. Because the facts are there, right? The facts are there. They're killing young people. So it's not even a thing of age or wisdom. The facts are there, right? It's right there. The guy got shot last week. It's there. We don't even need to argue and speak big English. It's as simple as, these guys, you're killing them. Simple as.
SARS coming to an end. Do you think that going forward, police brutality wouldn't be happening in Nigeria, or it would be less common?
That's a good question. I think the way Nigeria is, you can't really regulate police brutality unless we have legislations in place. Like, it can't just be end SARS and then that's it. It's got to be really like regimented. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a situation where it stems from the top.
Oh, 100%. Corruption's from the top. Yeah.
So would you say it's a wake up call to the politicians?
Oh yeah.
That people can explicitly see this.
No, 100%. I said on Twitter that this deserves global shame. Like, he can't close his eyes anymore. Everyone around the world needs to know that Buhari's fucking up Nigeria. Can I swear?
On the transatlantic slave trade, and that really did a number on us to start with, and that was one of the reasons why we weren't able to get up to develop ourselves, because we lost all of our able-bodied brothers and sisters to slavery, and these were the people who came and built the West with their labor free of charge. So what we're saying now is that we have to end the global cooperation of imperialists, of colonizers, internal and external.
Will not be bad eggs in the other units. You understand?
Exactly.
Because there are other okay units in the Nigerian police force, like the Rapid Response Squad in Lagos. We saw them giving water to protesters yesterday, carrying them in their van. They were quite sympathetic, but it's the same police force. So we are hoping that they won't go and spoil those ones that are okay with us. You understand? The reforms, they need just to reform the police. If they don't know how to do it, they should just watch American film or UK film. You understand how they say, I have a warrant for arrest. You need a warrant to arrest and search anybody. You understand? They should just watch it. You understand? And not just brutalizing people anyhow.
In Nigeria, this is not a reform. We had 4 previous instances of reform protest and reform somersault, but now this is the end of this unit. And then, going forward, we now need to reform. Ending SARS is reforming the Nigerian police force. So this is the beginning.
Okay.
And then this is the first step to looking at police brutality as a whole and begin to look at what we call impunity. The first thing is to bring officers to book when they kill people extrajudicially or infringe on their human rights.
Of course. I mean, one of them, a police officer shot his fiancée in the mouth 2 days or 3 days ago because she refused his advances and breaking up. That one is on the run. Hope they catch that one too. Because we are facing him next. They must catch him. You understand? And the ones that have been killing, the one that killed a protester yesterday, they must catch him. So everybody must be brought to book. That's the next step. Those ones that have been killing,
everyone must be held accountable.
Exactly.
So, saying that, do you think that the president Buhari he's actually made the right choice in terms of reforming? Because at the end of the day,
he has no choice.
Yes, actions speak louder than words.
He has no choice.
You can talk, but are you going to deliver?
He has no choice. I'm happy that some members of parliament were here today. Kate Osumba was here. She's the chairman or chairperson of the House Committee on Nigeria Matters or something like that. And they are putting political pressure. Of course. You understand?
Yes.
Everybody's putting, because they are seeing it. It's all over the world. So you have to pick up people and say, yo, man, fix up. So he has to fix up.
And this is Protest. Everything.
Respect you. You've sent us to good schools. You've done all that stuff. Trust us that we know that we live in a different time, and you can't allow young people to keep getting killed.
But then, to some extent, I was researching it, and they said that unemployment is quite high in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
So, in essence, it makes police somewhat have a mindset that, where are these people getting the money from to fund the cars they have, the shoes they have, the phones?
But that's none of their business. Are they getting paid? Yes, they are on salary. They get paid. So I think that's bare palo talk, as we say in Nigeria, right?
And out of what you've sourced for, you can buy anything you want to buy. You can get anything you want to get. So that's what I feel, and I feel we all travel all around the world, and we could see we should learn from other countries. Look at where we are today. We are in the UK, and we can't see police harassing anyone anyhow without having a warrant, without having an evidence of. You understand what I'm saying? The thing is, if SARS has been disbanded, it gives the police more responsibility. You understand what I'm saying? Because what the SARS has been doing by the name of their squad, Anti-Robbery Squad, Special Anti-Robbery Squad, it will be added now to the police. So it gives them more job to do. And I think we should be safe in the hand of the police. As they call themselves, police are the friend of the citizen. You understand what I'm saying?
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.